Welcome. This is Back to the Bins. I'm your host, Mr. B. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you've been here before, thanks so much for coming back, and if you're new here, thanks so much for stopping by. This is a comic book collecting channel, and I'm a comic collector. These Sunday videos are intended to showcase the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop. I've got a pull list, so I'm pretty familiar with what's happening in comics today. I love digging through the dollar bins, and I love digging through the back issue bins. So if that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to join me on my journey back to the bins, why don't you take a look over here, and I'll show you what I picked up. Well, I was a little rushed today, folks. I went out and did some early Christmas shopping with my mom. Took her out, we had lunch, we did a whole lot of great things, and so I had to really slap this particular video together, so not a lot of pizzazz, not that I am the king of pizzazz anyway, but this will be a little bit of a different format than what you're used to, and who knows, if it conserves some time and allows me to continue to show you the great content I pick up each week, then we might just keep it that way. Alright, and like I said, these are the books I picked up this past week at my local comic shop, 204 Comics in Winnipeg, and as per usual, we start in alphabetical order, and that takes us to Action Comics. This is issue 1092, the Joe Quinones variant. I'm still not sure how to say that last name. But I thought this was a great little depiction of Superman himself. I guess this is more of a Superboy. I love him saving a little kitty cat. Just good stuff, good farm boy type stuff. I also love cats, so this is just a bonus for me. Always trying to collect to issue number 1100. We're just 8 issues away now. Looking forward to seeing what they come up with for issue 1100. Over to the independent section, lost my grip there, of your local comic shop. Here we have American Caper, issue number 1. Once again, the Joe Quinones variant. Not too often that we get back-to-back same artist, completely different books, so that's kind of cool. Neat to see this particular artist interesting me the way he has. I also wanted to let you know that this is basically a take on a Saturday evening post cover. Always done, not always, but this is definitely sort of a tribute to Norman Rockwell, one of my favorite artists, not part of the comic medium. This is great. I'm looking forward to this book. I don't know, it's probably going to be a little bit different, and that's the beauty of independent comics. There's a lot of really great variant covers coming down the pipeline for this as well. I'm looking forward to it. I would imagine this is also just a mini-series, so if you're interested, first episode or first issue just dropped, and you can still get on board nice and early. Hopefully it's good. Back over to DC, here we have something that like everyone's just waiting to wrap up with. Here we have Batman issue number 162. Once again, we got the Dell'Otto connecting variant. I love Dell'Otto's work, and these connecting variants have been pretty cool. The Rogues Gallery of Batman villains, so pretty neat there. This is ending at issue 163, I believe, and of course, Batman has restarted. There's already, 3 issues in, so this is just taking way too long to wrap up, and I think a lot of people, from what I can see, have really lost interest, and any completionist is just waiting and running the clock down. Speaking of Batman, and keeping with DC, of course, here we have Batman Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice, issue number 5. This is the Ashley Wood variant. I'm so behind in my reading. I was getting into this title. I like the one that came before it, and I am loving Ashley Wood's work, but I don't see a lot of his work appear on just variant covers. You got to get a ratioed variant in order to get his work, so this is super cool. Really love this sort of, I don't know, maybe like a wood relief, some sort of etching, or just the two-tone coloring. Super cool. Back over to the independent section of your local comic shop. Here we have Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Rite of Spring, issue number 4. This is the Horvath variant, doing the covers, doing the interiors. If you're reading this stuff, you know what I'm talking. If you're reading this stuff, then you know what this is all about. If you're not reading this stuff, you might want to, because it's pretty cool stuff going on here. Here we've got Dick Tracy, issue number 13. This is the Megan Hetrick variant. Just one of the best series out right now. Takes a while to get issue to issue, but when they come out, this is really good, hard-boiled Dick Tracy goodness. It's fantastical. It's realistic. It's nice to see a good Dick Tracy book, and we're already at issue number 13, so we got a good run happening here of just great classic comic book fare. Speaking of which, here we've got something good. Fantastic Four, issue number 11. This, of course, Jack Kirby cover, Stan Lee doing the writing here. Absolutely iconic stuff. I'm glad, I say it every time, that Marvel is doing these reissues. It's super fun. You know, I'm never going to own the early issues of Fantastic Four, so very happy to add this to the collection. Here we have more Fantastic Four, that current run. Here it is, issue number 5. This is the Ramos variant. I love this. Black Cat having some fun. And of course, Sue Storm saying, yeah, not so far, Black Cat. Where there's one of those, there's another one. Here we have Fantastic Four, issue number 5. The InHyuk Lee Street Verse variant cover. You know, I've been liking these. Hopefully you're liking them too. I think they're pretty cool. I love that we get a little bit of invisibility here, showing off Sue Storm's ability on her feet. But other than that, these are just sort of runway poses by all the great characters of Marvel. Love that. This one too, really love this one. This is the final variant. We picked it up for Fantastic Four, issue number 5. Of course, you can tell right away that this is a Jenny Frison variant. I think Sue Storm looks fantastic here, of course. Also think looks very much like the woman that they were proposing should be playing Sue Storm. I forget her name now. The one who's married to Jim Halpert. That doesn't help, does it? No, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, if you know, you know. But I love this. Very cool. I'm going to say contender for cover of the year. I love Jenny Frison's work, and it's certainly everywhere these days. And I think for me, there's a little too much saturation. I'm not always trying to pick up her variants, but this one I had to get because I think this is just great Sue Storm representation. Keeping with Marvel and those InHyuk Lee Street Verse variants, here you have Rogue Storm issue number 2. I love this. Storm looks absolutely fantastic here. Great outfit. I don't know if she's rocking this outfit at all in this run, but I certainly would like to see this make its way into the pages of some book she's in. This is just super cool. More Marvel coming. Here we have Spider-Man 94. This is issue number 3. Once again, the John Tyler Christopher action figure variant. I am just trying to collect these action figure variants by John Tyler Christopher. I love that. This one's super cool. We got Venom on the cover. Love it. Still haven't read issue number 1. I am just so behind. Which doesn't help because here's another great Spider-Man title I'm looking forward to reading. Spider-Man Noir. This is issue number 2, the Rod Rice variant. This is just gorgeous stuff. Definitely saying contender for cover of the year. I don't know. This is just good-looking artwork and limited colors once again. Love the medium. I'm here for it. And Spider-Man with guns. I know that there's going to be some of you who already know about Spider-Man Noir. This is the first time I'm experiencing Spider-Man Noir, so isn't Nicolas Cage making a TV show or maybe a TV movie? I'm not sure what they're doing with it, the property per se, but I think he's in the middle of making one, and I'm really curious where this goes. Pretty cool. Lots of Spider-Man stuff. Here's something I've been enjoying reading, although like I said, I am behind. This is Spider-Man Wolverine issue number 7. This is the Kari Andrews A cover. The work is so reminiscent of great 90s stuff like Todd McFarlane, but this is just super beautiful stuff. I really, really like that. And this one has that great feature of seeing the side profile of Batman by looking at the black part of Wolverine's suit. So that's a real great optical illusion I'm getting. Not only the split between Spidey and Wolverine, but we also get a little bit of Batman there too, so that's kind of fun. Keeping and heading over to DC, here we have Supergirl, issue number 7. This is the Sozo variant. Only reason I got this is because I love Sozo work. I think she's phenomenal, and this is just a great representation of it. There's an element to it that I'm always captivated by. I would love to see her in person. I'd love to get an autograph. I'd love to get a remark of some kind. I just really love what she does. It's super cool, and I thought this was really, really great. Over to the independent section of your local comic shop, something I'm really looking forward to reading because it was my favorite character in this franchise. Here we have Thundercats Panthro number 1, the Sebastian Perez variant. Love Panthro, love the split-toed boots, love the nunchucks, love the panther aspect of him as the cat, of course. I'm just in. I can't wait to read it. I hope it's good. I hope it's better than all of the other Thundercats stuff I've read because I haven't liked any of it, although there is that Shitara one-shot I showed you last week or the week before. Looking forward to reading that still. But Panthro, please don't do him wrong. And again, one of the only times I think we're ever going to see 4 comics, 2 different artists in one episode. Here we have Witchblade number 16. Once again, the Souza Mecha variant. I'm not reading this book. I don't know anything about it. It's a 30th anniversary issue. It's issue number 16, like I said. But other than that, it's just because I love her work. Amazing stuff. Love it. Well, there you have it, folks. This has been a pretty strange little video. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And how about we get back to the real world or wherever that is, shall we? Well, that was a great stack of books. Hopefully you enjoyed what you saw. And if you did, why don't you like, comment, and subscribe? It really helps to build the channel, and I'd love to develop a community of people who just really love comics. Thank you so much for joining me today. We'll see you next week, and who knows what the video is going to look like. If we like how this one works out, you just might start seeing more videos like this. And until then, remember, comics are good.